Here we go. Hey, everybody. If you missed last week's show, we talked about the time everyone lost their virginity. I remember mine very well. It was on my wedding night, which was what I called my car in high school. Wedding night. Let's start the show.
In a cabin, going crazy, 'cause a flu that's worse than swine swept the planet, so damn it, here we are in quarantine. We've been quarreling, we've been snarling, oh my darling wife of mine. It's a toilet paper zombie apocalypse, so we're here in quarantine.
Hello and welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. Here are some etiquette guidelines for Virtual Comedy Show. Please arrive 15 minutes early. That way you can make sure your stream is solid and prepare your home to be quiet, except for laughing and clapping, of course. Facebook and Instagram sometimes chime when you get a message. These chimes are audible to everyone in the Virtual Comedy Show, so please turn off notifications and all other sounds on your device. Don't know how? Google it. That's why you're here 15 minutes early. Though we love kids and pets, a comedy club is not a good place for them. They don't understand the need for quiet, and the jokes are not intended for them, especially cats. No sense of humor at all. Please, no pets or kids at the Virtual Comedy Show. Please don't heckle or chat at your table. It's more fun for you if you can hear others laugh, and more fun for others if they can hear you laugh. So keep your mic on and laugh all you like. But with 100 mics on, we may hear coughing or barking dogs or screaming babies or attacking zombies, and this can easily drown out the comedian. Please place your phone or other device 6 feet from you so we don't hear every breath you take. And mute your device if your area becomes filled with noisy zombie dog babies. And once you vanquish those zombies, unmute yourself. If you're not sure how, ask us via the chat system, aka typing, and we will help you. We would like to see your face as part of the audience. Let's be social, not just distant. We've all been in our pajamas for weeks. No one will judge your hair, we promise. So get comfortable, plan to laugh, but not heckle, and let's make our strange quarantine world a bit more normal for a little while. Thanks, and enjoy the Virtual Comedy Show.
Hey everyone, it's time for the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Brad Tassell and Steve Goodie. Tonight, Brad and Steve welcome their very special guest,
Joe Bronzi!
live from their respective quarantined homes. And now, please welcome Brad Tassell!
Let's hear it for me, everybody. Thank you very much. And by the way, did you see Joe's face when I showed his picture? Joe, what was wrong with your picture?
Well, nothing was wrong with it. I was a much younger and slightly heavier man with a terrible goatee that I was so proud of at the time.
That was an incredible. I thought that was a sexy. That is a sexy picture, my friend.
There's a guy with his own network show.
Too seriously.
Look, Valerie is excited. Sonya's not so much. But my brother
Pinky
Steve,
ring. The
asleep.
pinky ring stays.
The pinky ring is in the picture. Look at that. That is great. That almost looks dirty. Well, welcome to the show, Joe.
Thank you.
I've written some jokes.
Yay!
It's about time.
Here we are, yes. So here's the first one. This one I'm going to use on the Flappers show in an hour. The Daughters of the Confederacy are praising a judge's order today. This is true, to stop the removal of a Confederate statue in Owensboro, Kentucky. In Owensboro, the Daughter of Confederacy, they're thrilled that he stopped the removal. And in a sign of support, a salute to that decision was tweeted by the babies of Hitler.
Ouch. Yeah. Okay. Watch out, Flappers.
Come on. So no, I shouldn't use that one to Flappers?
No, you totally should. In fact, you should tell it.
I should rethink. Well, you're in a thing with Amanda, maybe not. Okay. I will not use this one either. Starbucks and Verizon have joined Coke and many other corporations in stopping all social media advertising until 2021. In response, Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg yawned and fell asleep on a huge pile of money in Bitcoin. So that was, he doesn't give a crap. So he's got $10 million. Hey,
I like that one.
And in the category of how could we ever have known, Florida and Texas are closing bars, scaling back restaurants, and the hospitals are filling up with sick people because there seems to be a deadly virus all over the place. Who knew? If there
Wait a minute, there's a what?
A deadly virus. If only there could have been some way we could have seen this coming and done something to lessen it. I can't believe it. And also, I just found out my wife's pregnant, so I'm getting condoms tomorrow.
There you go. There's your flapper joke.
There's your flapper. Is that my flapper joke? And by the way, my wife is not pregnant because she won't let me near her. So anyway, I put numbers on all these, and now I can't find where number 5 is. Is that kind of weird? Oh, by the way, Mississippi, did you see this? Applause. Mississippi has voted. The governor has signed a bill to remove the Confederate flag and change their flag. So that's kind of nice, isn't it, everybody?
Yes.
The governor said that he would sign the legislation the moment it reached his desk. And after hearing this, his desk was surrounded by tubby white nationalists with AR-15s and also bulletproof vests where the Velcro was really straining to not break because they're fat.
Got it.
They're fat.
If you find a way to add Hitler to that one, I think you'd have something.
Yes. No, only one Hitler per show. So, by the way, most senators, both Republican and Democrats, supported the move to change the flag, except for one, Republican Chris McDaniel, said that changing the state flag was against the founding fathers' wishes, which is funny since the flag wasn't adopted until 1894. I think at the time, though, 150-year-old Thomas Jefferson was quoted as saying, "Man, that is a racist flag." That is a racist flag. Hey, here's fun. President Trump, Mike Pence, and Mitch McConnell have all spent this week supporting mask wearing. Did you see that? They're all, even Trump. In a closed-door meeting, they all found out that COVID is mostly killing their constituency. And if the history of Chicago is any indication, only dead Democrats vote.
Oh.
Go Brian.
The Bears. Also, by the way, have you noticed this? Mitch McConnell is moving left so fast, he might win the Brickyard 400.
Auto race joke. Nice.
Yeah, car race joke, because he's moving. He's really, I think he's moving, if you've seen anything, he's moving very far left, because I think the 500,000 Democrats that turned out for the Kentucky primary made him fear Kentucky's McGrath.
Yeah, nicely done. Nicely
Play on
done.
words. That joke had everything.
That joke had everything. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it on the flappers, though. So, maybe. So, Lake Tahoe, did you see this? Lake Tahoe is thinking of changing their ski resort's name from Squaw Valley because it is a term that was used to mean prostitute for Native American women. It was a slur to Native American women. And I say, please do. I suggest an alternative. Karen Crevice. So, all the Karens. Joe didn't like that one.
Perhaps
Joe
Karen
didn't like
Canyon.
I most certainly
Karen
did.
Canyon? Yeah, Karen Canyon. I went through quite a few, but I thought Crevice was the most crass of all of them. So,
Most suggestive. I applaud the decision.
yeah, thank you. And then the Hitler babies. So anyway, by the way, I'm sure you've heard today that Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's longtime girlfriend and supplier of young women to his billionaire buddies, was arrested and charged. And I know everyone's saying her suicide is imminent. I got it. That's the joke.
Yep.
No, I got it. That's the old joke, and it's very crass. And also, the only thing Bill Clinton and Donald Trump agree is in their best interests.
Oh.
Because they're both perverts.
There's your flapper.
Yeah.
There's your
Clap
yeah.
that one.
And they got the clapper a couple times on that one too. Okay, anyway. Well, just 5 more. Actually 2 more. 2 more. It's almost over if everybody's happy. So, and the Supreme Court is a roller coaster, if you've noticed. Today, they denied Congress access to the secret grand jury testimony in the Mueller and Russian investigation until after the November election. It was voted on by all five of the conservative judges, and they cited the, oh man, this shows that he's a traitor statute. That one, a little wordy. I should have, I
Plus, I
needed to
thought you were
tweak
going to
that.
say a naughty word, and then you didn't.
No, I know. That's the
That
problem
was
too.
done on purpose.
I was
Yeah,
excited.
no, it was not done on It was the fact that, oh man, this crap shows he's a traitor, got mouthy on me, and I wasn't able to figure out how to say it at the time.
You bring
And
that
so
in. We'll straighten it out. We'll have it back to you on Tuesday.
That's right. Edit. Okay, and last but not least, and then Steve, I hope you're ready.
Ready.
Brace yourself.
So, by the way, helping the future of this show, there were 50,000 new cases of COVID a day recently. A day. 50,000 new a day. And Trump tweeted that the virus was almost gone at the same time. So what we didn't understand, though, until today, by virus, he meant Ghislaine Maxwell. It's almost gone. Okay.
Good job.
Well, we have
All righty.
an incredible show. I'm going to take this as a win today. And we have an incredible show. And Joe Bronzi's here. Let's hear it for Joe Bronzi. He's coming up sometime soon. I will check whoever's chatting here in a minute. And let's look at Steve Goodie, everybody. Come on, Steve Goodie.
Hi, everyone.
How are you, Steve?
I am fine, thanks. How's everybody?
Good.
Okay, good.
Wonderful.
It's time for another exciting top 10 list. Oh, man, this is the 14th top 10 list I've written for the past 14 Thursdays. And this is an exciting one, and I think you're going to enjoy it. It's the top 10 pandemic family vacations. It's summertime, and everybody wants to get out there and do fun stuff like it's normal. So, these are the top 10 pandemic family vacations. There it is right there. Let's go number 10, a trip to Disney Channel. Work with me on these. Number 9, a donkey ride down into the Grand Canyon. Because you can't go. All right.
Yeah.
Work with me. Number 8, over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house to stand at the curb and wave.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know it's sad. Isn't
good.
it? Sad.
Oh.
Number 7, a fishing for compliments trip. Gee, honey, those sweatpants look great on you.
Close to home.
It's a reach. I
I
know.
like the beginning.
Number 6, 3 days at Universal Healthcare. Orlando may turn into 3 months.
Oh,
I know. It's dark. I know. Here's one that's hard to pronounce, so cross your fingers for me. Number 5, tour of Damascus. Please wear your damn masks.
We'll give you that.
I think tour of where your Damascus would have been.
But would you have known what I was talking about? See, now you killed the drummer. All right. Number
I'm sorry.
4, see Egypt. Find out if the next plague will be frogs or boils.
Yeah. Biblical, nice.
I know.
Oh, nice.
Number 3, club medical attention.
That one's good. That one's
This is the
strong.
top 10 pandemic family vacations. Number 2, join the Kennedys on Martha's ventilator yard.
Oh,
That was hard to say
that
also.
is stretch.
That was a stretch.
Stretch.
And the number 1 pandemic family vacation, Mar-a-Lago. Come for the boatin', stay for the votin'.
Yeah.
Can only hope.
Let's hear it for him, everybody. That's
nicely
Steve
done.
Goodie.
Thank you very much.
Steve Goodie. By the way, so Flappers, I am going to do for everybody who doesn't know, I'm going to do the I've never had alcohol joke. Do all of you know that I have never had alcohol in my entire life?
I knew that.
You knew that? And because my daughter, and I've never had, and I know some of you are drinkers, and it's okay. My wife's a drunk. But anyway, and pregnant. Isn't that odd? So,
It's the only way to get her to stop.
The only way to get her to stop is
Labor's
so anyway,
easier.
Okay. So anyway, and I don't smoke cigarettes, and I don't do the meth. But if you do the meth, good for you. And I don't smoke pot, but I just don't drink. And my daughter, as she's getting into be an older teenager, starting to notice alcohol in the world. And we were at dinner the other night. My wife had a mojito, and my daughter said, "What does that taste like?" She hadn't really had a lot of that. And I said, "Give her a drink of the mojito because it's a burny drink. It's not like a frou-frou drink." And we won't talk about this for 5 years. So my wife handed my daughter the mojito. She took one sip and said, "This is what's been missing from my life." So now she's in rehab and no college. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, he's not holding a guitar. There he is, Steve Goodie and a song.
Yes. Ordinarily, we do a song right here. So that's what we're going to do. It's exciting. Turn that on. Hi. And I might do a song later also. It's possible there will be 2 songs. So if anybody has a request for the second show, second song, type it in the chat, and I'll see if I can fulfill a request. I probably won't, but I might. You don't know. You don't know. If you live in Las Vegas, your chances are pretty good. Here's a song. Everybody's upset because their jobs are all online and everything. Remember when you had a job and you had to go to the office with everybody else? You hated that. Now you can't wait to get back to it. Here's a song about jobs. I love my job, and I will never, ever leave it. I love my job, and I'll keep saying it till I believe it. I love to work, work. I love that stupid... I love that stupid jerk. I forgot the words. I love my stupid cubicle and zero privacy, and I really love my coworkers who live to bother me. I love the office restroom. It's a special vomit brew. I love the office coffee. It's a special vomit brew. I love the office... What the hell is wrong with me, Brad?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is live. And
I love the office copier. I love the office coffee. It's a special vomit brew. I love the office copier from 1962. I love to park a mile away when I'm pulling all night out. And someone tell me, what the hell is FICA? I love my job, and I will never, ever leave it. Everybody! I love my job, and I'll keep saying it till I believe it. I teach the latest software to the elderly, and then I train the youngsters who'll take my job from me. My computer is so ancient that it has a floppy drive and Windows 95. I love the office restroom. It's always squeaky clean. I wave and beg the stupid paper towel machine. The motion sensor faucet works so perfectly not. And the toilet likes to flush mid-squat. I love my job, and I will never, ever leave it. Just the ladies. Job, and I'll keep saying it till I believe it. Key change. In the elevator, I tell a naughty joke. I offended 20-something. Turns out she's the CEO. So I'm scrubbing her Mercedes, smooching up her rear, 10 more years till pension, and I'm out of here! I love to go to Staples where I pay for Post-it notes. I love that I could die right here and nobody would know. Everyone's a corporate slacking, whining millennial. What rhymes with millennial? Oh, and I'd quit, but I just don't have the genitals.
Yay!
I love my job, and I will never, ever leave it. I love my job, and I'll keep saying it till I believe it. That's the end of the song. I think that went really well, don't you?
Well,
that went great. I just want to ask Joe if he's worrying about following all of this.
If it goes badly, I'll accidentally disconnect.
You know what I did wrong, Brad? You know what I did wrong?
Marvin's in and his phone's not screen mirroring. Marvin, can you not see us?
It bothers me why it doesn't do what you want it to do.
I know. Zoom is a problem, Marvin. By the way, Marvin, you came in late and you missed my joke where I said Mitch McConnell is moving left so fast he might win the Brickyard 400.
Yay!
Okay. So anyway, well, ladies and gentlemen, hi, Marvin. How you guys doing? And now they turned off their video and sound.
Hey, Brad, I've been working on a Christmas song just for you. It goes, Hitler baby.
Hitler baby. That's cute. That could go on the album. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to look at this man. Joe Bronzi, everybody. Let's hear it for Joe Bronzi. Joe Bronzi lives in the big city of New York. He has by Joe, I'm going to ask you at the end of your set some very important questions. But Joe has been seen on every television show you've ever seen. He has, even though he tells me he's the sub guy at Rachel Ray, and he is the sub guy. What is the other show you're the sub guy at?
I did warm-up comedy for Match Game. I subbed once on Rachel Ray.
Dang.
Yeah. And by the way,
Match you brought her submarine sandwiches.
Gene Rayburn. It wasn't the new one. It was from 75, 76. You were
the really dirty version. Wow.
That's right. I was quite good in my time. I was wonderful.
That was amazing. Charles Nelson Riley, and you had a thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Bronzi, an amazing comedian. I'm going to stop talking. He's going to talk for the next 10 minutes. Joe Bronzi, everybody.
Nice to see all of you. Thank you for Brad for having me, inviting me. I'm very, very honored. And Steve, I love the song. I would like a recording of it. You guys are the best. Thanks for inviting me. I met Brad. And by the way, I'm going to tell you this. This is not part of my set. When I did warm up for Match Game with Alec Baldwin, they had a speaker for Gene Rayburn's speaker. That's what I was told. And I got talked to by the producers because I told the studio audience in the first show that speaker was originally sorry, not the speaker, the applause sign. It was Gene Rayburn's applause sign. And I told the studio audience that he had it in his bedroom. And I got a talking to.
A talking? That was too dirty.
So I just want to say to all your viewers out there, Brad and Steve, these are rough times. Rough times pass. No matter how rough life gets, it's going to get better. I'm case in point, okay? 10 years ago now, 11 years ago, I went through a brutal divorce. Brutal custody battle. I just wanted to see my kids. My ex just wanted me to die. It was awful. And when things were at its worst, a friend of mine saved my life. She sat me down and she said, listen to me. You're in crisis. You need to go home tonight and turn it around. Start by doing one thing positive and creative. One thing. I listened to her. True story, ladies and gentlemen. It changed everything. I went home that night and I wrote a children's book. I did. I wrote a children's book. It's called Your Mother's the Devil.
Amen.
Bestseller, I think. They won't let me use the pictures I sent, but I believe in it. I really do. Life turned around for me. As Brad knows, I did meet my soulmate. I met the love of my life. It's a little bit of a divorce cliche because she's younger than I am. She is. It's not a problem. They're going to let me take her to the prom. But
No.
not that much younger than I am, but Canadian, which means we were brought up extremely differently. New York, little older gentleman, young lady from Canada, we were disciplined very differently. When she was growing up, she got time out. When I was growing up as an Italian in New York, time out meant we had unexpected company in the middle of a beating. We were also taught to sneeze differently, okay? I was taught, everybody here is a grown-up, I was taught cover your sneeze. Remember, cover your sneeze? Then you wash your hands or whatever you do. That's it, right? She was taught, like they're taught nowadays in the schools, sneeze in your elbow, right? Little stinkers run around like Dracula. So every time I sneeze, we have a marital spat. She's like, sneeze in your elbow. I forgot. One time she caught me in the middle of a sneeze, which is not a teachable moment. I'm like, she's like, sneeze in your elbow. I got confused and punched myself in the face. And she holds her sneezes in. I don't know if you know anybody like this. She holds her sneezes in. That's bad for her. She's going to fart and blow her shoes off. That's terrible. And I found out about this on our first date. We were crossing the street. She took my hand for the first time. I turned to her to tell her how beautiful she looked. And my young, hot date looked at me and went, I said, are you on a live wire? What's happening? Who is tasing you? She's also a germaphobe, ladies and gentlemen. My bride. She is. She's a germaphobe. So when I get mad at her, I lick stuff.
Oh.
I tell her, I've licked this place top to bottom. Good luck getting out of that corner. I did the math. See, I'm a stand-up comic. Brad knows how this works. My wife works on film sets. So both of us travel a lot. Now, we've known each other quite some time. We were married in October. So since October, I did the math. I averaged how long we spent together before the pandemic. Since the pandemic, according to the math, we've been married 47 years. And right away, she put my genitals in quarantine for that joke, as a matter of fact. As I mentioned, Brad and I met on a cruise ship. I've had a love-hate relationship with cruising. The first cruise I ever went on in 2007, I don't want to mention the cruise line, but it rhymes with Norwegian. We hit a hurricane. True story, going to Bermuda, we had a hurricane. So we had hurricane winds, 35-foot waves. I remember the first morning I woke up on the dresser. And I think in my time cruising since '07, the people I feel worse for in the rough seas are the honeymooners. Because they're going to think it's always that fantastic. You always see the groom the next morning up on the Lido deck going, you feel that last night? That was me. No, it wasn't. Now, my now in-laws last year, when my wife and I were just engaged, took us on a vacation. They wanted to take us out on a vacation. What a wonderful thing. Where do you want to go? We want to go on a cruise. Fantastic. So if we take you on a vacation, we'll go to the post office. How's that sound? So we go on a cruise together, and Brad knows this. I don't do impressions in my act. That is not my forte or my strong suit. But the captain of the ship loved to hear the sound of his own voice. He did announcements 3-4 times a day, every day. And he sounded exactly like this. Attention, attention, attention. This is your captain speaking. It is 82 degrees outside. The barometer is holding steady, and I am not wearing pants. So this would go on constantly, 7 o'clock in the morning. Attention, attention, attention. For those of you who wanted to sleep in today, no. So the last night of the cruise, my mother-in-law likes this voice. It's very funny to her that it sounds like the captain. She says to me, do, at dinner, do the captain. So I start in joking around, attention, attention, attention. The dining room starts laughing. I'm a comedian. I'm a whore for laughter. So I begin doing a routine. Everybody's having a good time. We're yucking it up until I feel a hand on my shoulder. And I hear, attention, attention, attention. True story, and yet another cruise line I'm banned for life. Yes, absolutely. Now, I have 2 teenage kids. I have an older one who's, my God, 19 now. And I have a teenage daughter. And I will tell you, as a man in this day and age, having a teenage daughter has taught me that a teenage girl is the meanest creature on God's green earth. I'm terrified of her. Sometimes I just throw meat in her room and shut the door. One time I came home late at night. The house was dark. I heard her bedroom door creak open. I peed. But I don't have as big a problem as her mother does, my ex-wife. I went over to pick her up once. And as I opened the door, I knocked. Nobody answered. The door was ajar, like a murder scene. I opened the door, and I hear my teenage daughter yelling at her mother, I hate you. That's when I started to back out. And I hear her mother say the brilliant line, you know what? I hope I die on your birthday. I have a card sent to you every year that says, it's not all your fault. I don't know what else was said because I left. I was gone. Now, I mentioned my mother-in-law who took us on vacation. Lovely lady. Brad knows this. She's a vegan. Okay? You all know what vegan is? Yes? That's not vegetarian. You can't even cook while a chicken is watching. When I first went over to my mother-in-law's house, I had never eaten vegan food, and she welcomed me into her home with a vegan feast. It was lovely and touching. I remember we went to the front door, the door opened, and there was my future mother-in-law milking almonds, which is weird. Almonds is the cat, but no animal was hurt in the making of that joke. Anyway, so she made all this vegan food for me, entrees, appetizers, and I'm trying to make a good impression. I ate everything. Everything. I ate for 3.5 hours, hand to God. And at the end of the meal, I remember I went in the living room, I sat down and went, oh my God, am I hungry? 14.12 calories. What just happened here? And I got in trouble too. I almost blew it. We were having a nice time. And then my future mother-in-law said, what do you drink in your tea? And I tried to bluff. I said, honey. vegans don't believe in honey. They think the bees should unionize. I don't know. But she got all upset, this nice vegan woman. She's like, they use smoke to calm the bees down. Did you know they use smoke to calm the bees down? I said, I did the same thing in college. So I would like my 10 minutes is, and Brad, it was nowhere near as painful as the root canal. It really was not. I know you said it would be, but it wasn't. As my time draws to a close here on this fantastic show, I will leave you with a life lesson I learned as a result of the cruise ships. I found myself at a private beach one day, looking up at a white rocking chair on some rocks, looking out at the ocean. And in the rocking chair was what looked to be the world's oldest man. One yellow tooth, wrinkles all over his face, one white hair waving in the breeze. But he was smiling out at the ocean, and he looked so peaceful, I had to say hello. I went over to him. I said, how are you today, sir? And I'll never forget his reply. He said, I'm always wonderful. You know why? I said, why? He said, because I live life on my own terms. I said, well, what does that mean, sir? He said, I'll give you an example. I eat nothing but fried foods every single day. Life on my own terms. I said, you're kidding. Oh, no. I drink a quart of whiskey every single day. Life on my own terms. I said, you are kidding me. I smoke 3 packs of cigarettes every day. Life on my own terms. I said, really? If you don't mind my asking, how old are you? He said, 26.
Oh.
Oh, hey, Joe
No
Bronzi.
wonder.
Come on, Joe Bronzi, everybody.
Oh.
So, Joe, two main questions. First of all, you do 2 impressions because you just did that old man. Now, explain to everyone if you're vegan when you're on the road.
Well, my wife is in the room with me, so of course I'm vegan when I'm on the road.
Of course you are. We ate all vegan when we were on the ship.
To be honest with you, my mother-in-law is vegan. My wife is not, and we have the Whole Foods burgers with the cheddar and the bacon in them for the 4th of July set aside.
Nice. Wow, that is. You might as well just fill your colon with garbage.
Exactly.
So, and the second thing I want to talk about, by the way, the captain thing. I had the captain in the show one time, and I do the whole captain thing about him at the spa. And I love the captain now because they start telling things like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a Captain Bazzacci, and I'm an Aries. And I grew up in the smaller town. Who cares about this? So you did, without saying dirty words, you were doing, when we talked, getting paid a lot of money to run a website for a guy, the My Effing Family.
That's right.
Website. You're getting paid to have terrible family videos. It was called what, without saying the F word?
Let's say My Messed Up Family, but messed wasn't the word.
Yeah. And what was it, and what happened to it?
Well, it was a humorous site, and it was just based on how messed up a family could be. And there were a lot of wonderful ideas in the structure of it, but the F word was prominent, and I think the problem was when you do a search with My Messed Up Family, not saying messed, on the web, you do not come up with humor sites.
No.
I think that was the main downfall of the site. I don't believe it's up currently.
How long did it last for you?
Well, I don't know, because it was my job to write and film sample content for the site, and then I was never contracted to go beyond that. But some of my advice was taken, some of it was not, and I don't think it's a success. If you haven't heard,
we taped a couple of them, and I was like,
yeah,
this is not going to work because it's all dirty all the time. So, all right, Joe Bronzi, everybody, clap for him again. By the way, I'm back. So if you want to donate to the show, send money to us. Go to the website and donate. Every dollar goes to Joe Bronzi and the fact that he and his wife have rent and no jobs, because they're both in the entertainment industry. Unlike some of us who have wives who are much more successful than they are and have doctorates, they both do that. So all the money you give will go to Joe Bronzi so he can keep, getting meat. Okay. Yeah. So also you can get a hold of Joe on Facebook, Joe Bronzi, and stuff like that. Okay, Steve, are you ready? Because we need a song real quick.
Need a song. Okay. Often we have our friend Carla Ulbrich on the show. She couldn't make it tonight. She's busy with other stuff. So I have licensed from her the right to do this song of hers. This is a Carla Ulbrich song. It fits right in because you guys were just discussing foul language. This is about the overuse of foul language. This song, the original version, has the F word in it 27 times. But we won't be doing that tonight. We'll be bleeping it with this high-tech, automatic, on-the-spot bleeping device. So every time we hit that word, that's what we're going to do. And it's a waltz, so if you'd like to waltz, you jump right in. This is a song about monetizing the use of foul language. She lives in New Jersey, so she hears a lot of it. If I had the copyright on the word, I'd say, this job and yourself, you dumb. No need for hard work and no need for luck. If I had the copyright on the word. It's filthy, it's nasty, unseemly, and vile. That all may be true, but it's so versatile. So often deleted, this fine expletive is a verb and a noun and an adjective. If I had the copyright on the word, it would roll off my tongue just like water off a duck. Four-letter word usage so perfectly honed, I could retire on Jersey alone. Where they say, you mother, and I don't give up. If you can't make a joke, then hey, what the? Those f***ers won't you, so don't get tough. Quit being around or you're gonna get. If I had the copyright on the word, I'd say, this job and yourself, you dumb. No need for hard work and no need for luck. Everybody! If I had the copyright on the word.
Steve Goodie! Let's hear for Steve Goodie, everybody. That was incredible. Steve Goodie. I'm Brad Tassell. So this was good. I think we had good. I think Joe did good. I think the jokes weren't bad. I think the songs were good. Everybody else, your dad looked like he enjoyed it. Valerie's still here. Nobody's left. So a lot of people turned off their video, though. I can't see a lot of. And Steve is.
You're my favorite, Valerie.
And my brother is fallen down. He's gone. So, ladies and gentlemen, Valerie is the greatest person, and I'm like a big brother to her because I say she's adopted. So anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, we have had a fun. This has been really fun. If you want to, in 20 minutes, now after the show, we can stay and talk a little bit. I'm going to get on another show to do, but we usually stay and hang out and talk. So please do that. Also, donate to Joe Bronzi. Go to any platform, Spotify, whatever you have, and listen to any of us. We all have stuff on these platforms. So please go do that. It helps us. It gives us money. And come back next week because we have Carol Montgomery. Carol Montgomery is the creator of Women of a Certain Age show, and they just did a Showtime special. Fran Drescher was the host, and Carol Montgomery has been a stand-up comic for 40 years, and she had her own show in Vegas, and she was another show for 10 years. Come back next week, Carol Montgomery, and I will be live at Crackers Comedy Club. So, okay. Here we're going to play the Thursday song, and then if you want to talk, we're going to talk. Go ahead, Steve. Play the song. Thank you, everybody.
Have a very merry Thursday. It's a special time of week when Thursday bells are pealing and life no longer seems so bleak. Let's open up our presents and carve our Thursday goose and wait for Father Thursday to arrive upon his moose.
You know, we tried to incorporate all of the wonderful family traditions that people associate with Thursdays.
Thursday comes but once a week, but do not shed a tear, 'cause there are more than 50 Thursdays packed in every year. And every single one of them is full of mirth and glee. So stuff your face and break some wind and join the revelry. Have a very merry Thursday. Put on your orange fez and decorate the Thursday tree with Milk-Bone, Spam, and Pez. Once you've curled your mustache and donned your Thursday clothes, I'll catch you 'neath the mistletoe and punch you in the nose. Merry Thursday, Merry Thursday.